This is the Intermission Podcast.
We want to get to know our homeboys and homegirls and invite you into our space.
It's a whole mood of positivity.
The Intermission Podcast. Welcome back to the Intermission Podcast, a break with your homegirls.
This is the last quarantine combo, but not the last intermission podcast.
And you better know that it's time for roll call. I am Jessica E. Williams, aka CEO J. Williams.
And I'm Jessie Denise.
And I'm Ivana.
All right, y'all. We're back on highlights and foolishness this week. Because y'all haven't told us y'all don't love it, so we'll see. All right, so our highlight this week has been just something that's been getting us through the quarantine in general, and it's just so great for the culture. And when I say the culture, I do mean Black culture, okay? A big, huge shout out to Timbaland and Swiss Beats for the versus battles, man. They've been so on point from top to bottom, bottom to top. Now, we do have to talk about Teddy Riley and Babyface. It was rough. It was a rough start. The tech got the better of Teddy. Clear. The better of Teddy, okay? Mm-hmm. He kept trying to say it was Babyface. Babyface got out the COVID and was still ready. Do you understand me? He was ready.
Moisturized and ready.
Listen, tried and ready. He had it. Him and his whole family. And he still came ready in the studio. Candles, a crushed velvet jacket. He was Babyface through and through.
Ready.
But Teddy came. Vaughn, how did Teddy come?
Teddy came with the whole shebang. Like, he had the drums, the cymbals, the guitars, the microphones, the backup dancer.
The dancer.
Uncle Teddy. And you know what he was doing the most? And he was trying to give us a show, but IG can't hold all that. You got to get with everything.
Cannot.
Know your platform.
It got to be right in that frame. All you need is a laptop and a charged phone. And I said that, I was like, yo, he needs to just have a charged laptop and a charged phone, and that's it. That's it. That's all you need. But you extra.
He was ready for a full concert experience, and that's just not what this is. I said no one told him. And the tech was crazy. But then when their battle really happened, he had the nerve to get on there with 8% battery, and we all said, Teddy, please.
I was like, yo, I said just charge your phone. Like, I literally, that was one of my things I said on social media somewhere. Like, let's just have the stuff charged. Come on. Keep charged.
So crazy. So I enjoyed that one. Listen, when Babyface actually came out with a real guitar, like he actually did an acoustic set in the middle of it, I said, ooh,
they broke IG. They had too many people and the system just crashed.
Like, right, they broke IG. I have my thoughts about that, but Swiss and Tim are gonna have to call me personally, okay, to get the business model for that one, okay. Right. Jonte Austin and Neo were fantastic. They're like R&B gods to me. So I enjoyed that battle. Jess, what about you? What was one of your favorite ones that you watched?
I watched Tim when Tim and Swiss did theirs.
I actually did not watch what Tim and Swiss did theirs. I got to go back and find it on YouTube.
That was incredible. I was like, Swiss, don't you go down that R&B lane. Don't you do it. Because Tim going to tear you up. He got Aaliyah. He got Jay Timberlake. He got a lot of people. Don't do it. But I must say, like, I was like, dang, like, Swiss got hitters. You know, like, I didn't know that. I was like, you know, I guess it just took me down memory lane. It was really good. I think I listened to it for about an hour. It was like,
that was my first video. Bigger business. I was like,
hey. It's definitely a whole function and party at the house. I'm excited. Kev on stage is hilarious. We love him, and he has a series of. He wants like secular and gospel people to go head to head. Like he had like Beyonce versus Shirley Caesar. It's a lot of foolishness. Okay. He's like, I want Swiss to do it. Swiss and Tim. I know that Puff, we all want Puff to do it, but Puff, like, somebody got to show up at the Rose Bowl with me. If you want the smoke, you need to come ready. So,
you know what he said? No, what he's saying is,
who?
T-Pain.
Oh, T-Pain. Oh, shoot. Y'all let us know in the comments because we don't forgot. It's been too many battles. Who was T-Pain against? I don't know. Y'all know. Tell us in the comments.
Lil Jon.
Oh, right. I was gonna say Dream, and I knew that was not right. It was Lil Jon. That was probably a ratchet good time. I haven't seen it. So
It was a very good time.
Y'all gotta tell us, man, what was some of y'all favorite battles in the comments? We heard Lauryn Hill and Erykah Badu might be going head to head. So interesting.
See, Erykah Badu knew she wanted a whole setup, which is why she did hers off IG. That's why she did hers on the website, because she knew she wanted a whole thing situated in her house, in her bedroom. I watched the first one, which was great.
It's part of the Erykah Badu experience.
Yeah.
I appreciate Erykah for doing that too. I appreciate her for the dollar concert. I was like, yo, she gonna make a solid meal for this one. But I know she paid everyone and everything, but I was just like, just her, she gonna make a solid meal. But I just thought it was amazing. Never, ever, ever, ever are you gonna get to see Erykah Badu
and people were complaining
for $1.
And people complaining about $1.
Look, if you can't afford it, it ain't for you. Okay. If you can't afford it, it ain't for you. This ain't essential, essential. This is an extra, you know. And if you ain't got the extra, it's okay. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, just the principle. Why is she charging? Because she's still trying to pay her people. She paid the people who weren't even there, the people who were stuck in other states who were part of her team. She paid them. So I'm like, y'all, seriously? Y'all really mad?
But that goes back to them compulsive complainers. They just want to jump on something to complain about.
The CCs.
Chronic complainer.
Chronic complainers, yeah.
And what I think I appreciated about it, about the versus battles in general, I think it's great to give people their flowers while they're here. You know what I mean? We've had a lot of tragic passings and crazy things happen, and you know, maybe we didn't feel like we celebrated, you know, our people the way we should. So it's been cool to have that type of legacy and sort of honoring people's work. And I love that, like, even though we call it a battle, it's actually friendly and reverent, and you know, both producers or whoever's battling is a fan of the other person's work. I know John P. Key and Hezekiah Walker just did theirs for all the church people, all the choir kids. They was all excited. And it's just like, I like to see people reverence each other's work and their body of work, especially when Black men do it. It just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. So for that. So we love the verses. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. And Kev,
I wonder what that'll look like after quarantine.
Listen,
like, I hope they keep it going.
I think they should do actual live concerts. Like I said, Swiss and Tim, holla at your girl. I wanna figure this out business wise. Because I think the thing that was most upsetting about Once, even though it was cool to break the internet, which I was like, CNN better report about it, because they had no problems laughing at them when things was going wrong. But I was like, you need to report that they broke the internet twice. But for me, it was about like, those battles are helping build IG's platform. And so, of course, there are things in business you can't anticipate for ahead of time. So, like, I'm sure they didn't know, like, oh, this is a thing. But it's like, come on, man. You knew people were doing these things. You know, the culture is excited about it and people are excited. So, like, on y'all and IG, can you figure it out so that we don't have to have our battles be interrupted, or, you know, give us some extended time, like, increase the capacity of people that could be on the live, something like help us help y'all. So, yeah, that's my soapbox I have on this shirt.
But knowing those men, they probably already in the works of making their own platform.
Hello, I know Swiss was on the phone with IG, like, get it
with his Harvard degree. He sure was.
Listen, if Diddy could be on IG for like 8 hours, darn near almost straight. He took a break in between, but Diddy paid for extra time on the live, so I know it's possible. Okay, you got to check. Which brings us to such a high, and now we're gonna go to the low.
The foolery.
Foolishness.
Oh, Vegas. What's wrong, baby? Why y'all? What is happening? What is going on with your government? Why do they feel like y'all can go back outside? Vegas, of all, like, the cesspool of, like, infection?
You ain't right.
It's old people, and what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Both of those things are disgusting. And it's the Strip. How you gonna socially distance on the Strip?
You can't. when we're there regular time, which is not my preferred anyway, you want people away from you, and you can't because it's just crowded. People are not going to care. Once it's open, it's open. And I'm angry that it's a woman that's doing this. I felt like all the women leaders around the world have been doing such an amazing job at keeping their respective places like in order. And then for her to be like, we open it back up. But she ain't going. She gonna be home. What she said, cooking dinner for her family?
Cooking dinner for her family.
Yeah.
The mayor of Las Vegas is all kinds of ridiculous.
She tripping.
She's all kinds of ridiculous. Tripping. I mean, she pretty much offered the whole city of Vegas as tribute to experiment with vaccines and drugs. I'm like, did you get anybody's paperwork? She's literally battling head to head with a lot of the CEOs of the hotels, but she don't run the strip. So she's like, they're like, you can't tell me I have to open. And then they were asking her like if she's gonna have guidelines in terms of whether she's gonna have people socially distance, and she was like, no, people can figure it out for themselves. And we was all like, and then she said that sometimes hindsight is 20/20. You just gotta let things happen and then you learn from it.
So then she was having the folks just go out in the streets and whoever get it. If you die, you die. And she looks.
That's exactly what she sounded like.
That wasn't a good idea. No, it's not a good idea now. I feel like a lot of big business and a lot of owners and a lot of billionaires and a lot of folks whose lesser people on the totem pole who aren't working to make their billions, they're the ones that want the cities and stuff to open back up because they're losing money. Because they're like, wait, if I don't have my people working, my billions are going away. And now I have to try to think of ways like, oh yeah, it's safe and making up stuff to make people want. Nah. Because they're the ones that are going to be out there working and then not having the proper coverage or healthcare or the proper means of getting tested while you're a billionaire behind and sitting over here on your own island or doing something, you know what I mean? Or able to get a test or able to see if you have the problem. It's like, nah, y'all tripping. So I commend the owners of the hotels who are like
going ham.
Nah, we ain't opening back up. Do you boo-boo, but we ain't opening back up. So I appreciate them for keeping their employees safe.
Exactly, because y'all are inviting lawsuits to your doors, and then to have leadership that actually cares about the people. I feel like it's a false humility to say that you want people to get back to work and put food on their table for their kids, but you're willing to kill them to get to line your pockets. To your point, Vaughn, which I think is despicable and gross. And honestly, the stuff of like a Batman cartoon or something, you know what I mean? Like it's just like these are the billionaire, crazy, scummy people that we usually see in action movies and television shows, but like this is real life. So the world done turned upside down. Speaking of which, that's sort of go ahead.
So we're gonna pray for y'all, Vegas.
We're gonna pray.
I hope they've been smart, just like Georgia. Like be smart, like
be smart.
Because it like they really are offering you up as tribute.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know why China reopened that fast back then, but then when they did have to close down, it was like they was only open for like a week, and then had to close down for 2.5 months more. It's just like, yo, Vegas, it's not worth it. You think this is bad? Like you're gonna reopen for what? You're not even gonna make $1 million over the weekend. So what are you gonna open up for? You know what I mean? That many people aren't coming out. It's just like mind blowing. And then she even said like, if like a restaurant or something, if they have a case, then they gotta shut down.
Survival of the fittest business.
So she's like, yeah, they can figure it out, but if I find out they got a case, then they're gonna have to shut down. Excuse me, ma'am. And when they said, are you gonna be out there on the strip making sure that we're following guidelines? She was like, no, I have to be home to cook for my family.
Told you. She out here cooking dinner. It's more important than the lives of the people who voted for her. Which do better at the polls.
Do better at the polls. I feel bad for any woman that wanted to make a change in Las Vegas. They probably won't vote another woman in for a minute.
Cool minute,
right? Anybody get your girl, but we gonna pray for Vegas because that is foolishness and tomfoolery. Stay safe, Vegas. So, ladies, topic for this week.
The topic for this week. Hey, yo, Hey, we spinning, we shimmy.
Body rolls.
So the topic for this week is the part 2 of the gift of quarantine, talking about breaking up with systems. Last week I posted on social media that people shouldn't feel like they need to be ultra productive during this time if that's not where they're at. Like, be honest with yourself. If that's not where you're at, and taking care of your mental health, physical health is what you're focusing on, then that's okay. Don't let the world tell you should be finishing a million things that it ain't in your heart to do. And so with that being said, we started thinking about it, and I was like, yo, thinking back, there's a lot of things, or maybe not a lot, but there's some things that I've noticed that I'm breaking up with. And so the consumer mentality that has been spinning around my head all my life, I realize now, like, I honestly don't need it. I don't need to be out there spending money on a bunch of stuff. I realize how much money I've been wasting. Some things are great because there's experiences, but a lot of money I was just wasting. It's sad when you're cleaning out purses and stuff and you see all these receipts and you're like, ooh, ooh. And I'm doing without all that. So instead of me being out, spending money, a grip of money on unnecessary things, I'm chilling. And one thing that I have, like, it seemed like my savings account go up, being able to save for something that's more important for me in the long run. And so I'm like, yeah, this is much better than that sugar fish, although I love sugar fish. But, it's just not necessary. And kind of like what has changed, or what I've kind of replaced it with, I guess, is that I'm just working on my domestic skills. I'm leveling up, like working on my food game, because we are stuck here. And yeah, I could order out. A lot of people, like, deliveries are still coming, but that food just don't taste as good as mine, I realize.
Okay. Hello. Get that.
Once I learned vegan mac and cheese, it's on and cracking. Because that I still got to get my fix from Follow Your Heart and go to get my vegan mac and cheese. But once I learned that,
I'm good.
Kale, they cook their kale so perfectly. I'm like, I can't cook kale. It always their cooked kale is like.
Is it soft? Is it just like, does it taste like greens? What is it like?
It tastes like greens. It's flavored nicely, and it's not too mushy. And it's not too bitter. It's not bitter at all. I don't know what they do. I heard like you have to massage them first. Then I don't know, but they are bam. Bam.
You really have
I think that one time. That's the only thing I've gotten since in a milkshake from Farm. That's all I've gotten out so far. I've been cooking.
I woke up this morning and I was like, dude, I want Mendocino Farms. But I didn't. I went to the grocery store and got some food to cook, and I'm very happy with my decision. Yeah. But probably gonna get Mendo's tomorrow. There's a salad that they have, and look, I cannot make that salad. Like, they be toasting quinoa and stuff. I ain't about to do all that.
Good. Why is it so good?
It's why?
Good. I don't understand it.
I would burn toasted quinoa. It would be little crunchy, hard balls in my salad.
That is so good. So I'm like, I'm not even going to try, even attempt to make that. They do it. They do a dang good job at it. I'm going to let that be their thing. Plus, they're a local business, and trying to support the local ones so they don't go away, because I ain't got time for Mendocinos to disappear forever.
Okay.
That would be mad tragic. Mad tragic. So.
I heard I have to try the Impossible Burger there. I heard it was
Oh, my God. So I've done the Impossible Taco Salad, because it's similar to the salad I like there. And the Impossible Taco Salad is just like, it's incredible. Mm-hmm.
So you got to find a balance. Save your money, but also support your local business.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, how many pairs of shoes do you need in the quarantine? Like, oh, y'all saw, I wanted to buy the Fear of Gods that just released. I was on there and I was like, yo, I know for a fact I can get these at 7 a.m. I know for a fact I'm going to be up, And I was like, I could do this. And then I was like, it's $350. And I was like, oh, but the resale is $800. But I was just like, so you're going to buy just to sell? What's the point of that? And I was just like, stop it. The answer is no. It's $350 before tax. That's foolishness. The answer is no. Where you going? Where you walking to? You can't even go nowhere here. Like, what are you doing? Leave it alone. So I was just like, yeah, $350.
Priorities.
Nigga, buy some stock with $350. I'm okay. So I changed my mindset. Thank God.
Exactly. I know it's hard because I saw a meme today, and it was like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't need anything from Amazon today. And I was like,
oh my God.
but I do. But I do.
But do I not? Do I not?
I do need it. But besides that, that's fine.
Is it essential? And that's the question that we all are asking ourselves. What's essential?
My yoga swing I got, that wasn't essential.
But that's for health benefits. You're working on the bodies.
Exactly.
You're getting your heart rate up in the yoga swing. That's different.
There you go.
Some of this stuff, you might not.
Right.
Yeah. Buying a wig ain't essential, but then I said, never mind. It is for people. Look, because I'm not saying they jacked up or nothing. I'm just like, no, because my hair done right now. But if my hair wasn't done, and I was looking like, give me some over here and some down here, I would buy whatever I needed.
We wrap up today. My faux lock hair is.
It's time.
Because if not, I'm gonna have a baldy. So I did buy some hair. Some hair, but that hairstyle will last me until
that thing gonna be almost to September, girl. Because it looked better that way.
It sure does. I'm gonna be Lisa Bonet all spring and summer.
Yes.
I can't have faux locks only until December when the industry shuts down. So I feel like, hey, I can have my faux. I have pictures of my faux locks, but that's such a specific thing and it takes so much time. I never submit myself with that picture. But they do want me with that. I got 8 hours to put them in my because I like mine singly done. I don't like them to be
crocheted
and all that. I don't like them. I like to have them like individually done. I like mine to look messy. I don't like them to be so neat and like perfect or whatever. Like I'm just very particular about. Because people are like, "Oh my gosh, how long have you been growing your locks?" I'm like, since Tuesday.
It's like,
well,
for me to know and you to find out.
Okay. Right. So people never know that they're not mine until I tell them, which is amazing. And that brings me to what I want to chit chat about, which is letting go of not letting go, but coming down to another level of like our beauty standards. I feel like a lot of people right now have to, if you're not a licensed cosmetologist or something, like you don't know how to do your hair. Like me, I don't know, like I've learned how to do nails when I was in cosmetology school, but she let me just pass. She was like, I said, I'm never going to do nails. And so she was like, okay, and like signed it off. She probably shouldn't have because that was horrible. But like I could do my own hair. I could do my own makeup. I could do my own, whatever, waxing and stuff. But a lot of people don't just, you know what I mean? They don't have wax machines at home. They don't have, or whatever. They don't have fake eyelashes at home. So we have to get to a place where it's like, ooh, this is me
without
all the extras, You ain't got all the extras. You ain't got the eyelashes and you ain't got the weave down your back and you ain't got the lace front wig. You got to you don't got the claws. But are you happy with you? Are you happy with your own face? Like, do you like your face without all the extra stuff? I know with me, I hate how my hands look without nails. Like, I just have child-sized hands, so I have to have nails. You know what I mean? So that's a part for me where I'm like, I hate my hands without nails, and I've been clipping them to get the weak part off of where I had the gel or whatever. So yeah, I just want to encourage us women and men, because y'all always keep your skin together too. Just to take care of your skin in this time. Like, do you have your face regimen? Like, keep up your face regimen. Don't stop washing your face and moisturizing just because you're in the house. I noticed there was a meme that said, you're moisturizing to stay in the house. And they were like, yeah, I don't want to be ashy. Like, continue to do the things that once this is over, you don't feel like you have to put a pound of makeup on cover up the extras. You know what I mean? Because I don't like wearing a lot of makeup outside. I love to put makeup on, but then I feel gross. So then I'm like, ugh, or whatever. But I feel like a lot of women right now in this, I don't even know, Instagram glam, I'll call it, age, where you have to have the lashes and you have to have the lace front and you have to have the hard contour and you know what I mean? You have to have all the extra things. But right now, even if I get on a Zoom, I get myself together, but I'm not putting on a bunch of stuff. But I feel like a lot of women right now in this time have to get used to looking at themselves and loving themselves and liking what they see in the mirror without all the extra stuff. I don't know. I just want, how do you guys feel about that? Like, what are some parts of your beauty regimens that you feel like could go or that you still have to keep in the inside? Like me, I wasn't dyeing my hair at first. And then I was like, Anna, come over here, girl.
Right.
We gonna cover these grays. We ain't gonna be that bold. So we're not saying let go of all your stuff, but just like how your face looks with just a little natural beat.
Right. Do you even know what your face looks like? You know what I mean? Without any of that. And does the person you live with know what your face looks like? We were laughing a little bit earlier about people who are like, who is this person that I'm saying? Like, that's not what your face looks like normally. And for me, I was a person who wasn't wearing makeup for a long time. And so for me, once I finally got the concept of, I've been around a lot of people who are using makeup to cover up instead of highlighting the natural beauty that they already had.
Right.
I think, to your point, it's like, you got to have a certain level of self-confidence, self-esteem, and liking yourself, and everything else exudes from that in the way that you dress, in the way that you present yourself, in the way that you do your hair and your makeup. But if you're not comfortable with you, then how can you expect anyone else?
Right. And that's why I'm an advocate for skincare. It's like skincare. My mom used to teach skincare, so I've been taking care of my skin my whole life. And so that's why I feel like I can go outside without makeup on. I ain't gonna do no photo shoot with no makeup on, but I'm okay running to the store and just throwing some mascara in a lip and pop a little bronzer on my cheekbone and going. But I take care of my skin. And so I don't know. I guess people have comments or they want to know more about skincare. I can, help you out with that too. But we have to take care of this outer layer before we put on the extra pounds. And you don't have to put so much makeup on. You don't put so many pounds on. When your skin is right, you don't gotta put extra. You just gotta just like just said, you just gotta highlight, emphasize. It's to emphasize your beauty, not make you into a whole other person.
I understand when some women we have dark circles, so we're covering those up a little bit. But even with that, because of course, I'll hit up something real quick. I have like a 5-minute get ready for a Zoom call, like pop, 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 and I'm done. Right. And I look just refreshed, I guess. And I don't put anything else on my face. It's usually just under the eyes, so my under eyes match my face, but so I get that, but I don't do a whole face. Usually a lot of people are often surprised. I'll never forget one time I was on set and we were in the night shift, so it was like midnight or 2 a.m. or something like that, and I took some wipe and I was wiping my face. We were downtown and it was just dirty. I felt dirty, so I was wiping my face and the person was like, "You don't have any makeup on?" And I was like, "No." It's too late at night to be putting on makeup. When I leave here, I'm gonna be so tired. I want to go straight to bed, And they were like, oh, and it was because I rarely wore makeup to set too. If I did, it may have been some blush, and that's when I learned blush is all you need, man. Hit you up some blush and be done, or your highlighter and be done, and it makes a heck of a difference. You don't need all that other stuff, and then you look like yourself. And then when you decide to put on some extra stuff because you're going to an event or something, people be like, dang, you get to surprise them. And I like that. I always like to surprise people, but I don't want a person to be surprised when they see my face, my real face, I want you to say, hey, yo, if I laid in the bed, the person that wakes up in the morning is the same person that I see through the day.
Right.
The person last night in the club, same person in the morning. Not that I'm, you know what I mean? But yeah, like
story right now. But for some of y'all, that's not story.
That's not my story, but what I'm saying is, yeah. I will say.
Go ahead.
My the face regimen, staying on top of that is very important. Listen, because I started breaking out right here in the center of my forehead, and I was like, "What are all these bumps?" And then I was like, "You didn't wash your face yesterday." Oh shoot. Did you wash your face the day before? Like, yeah, I do the morning little wash, but I'm not like doing my exfoliating. I'm not doing like hitting them suds like real nice and stuff. I'm just like, water, let's go. We ain't went nowhere. But I'm just like, no, that's not enough. Your face is still producing the same amount of oil it did before the quarantine. You know what I mean? So I got back on my face regimen and now I'm back to like normal.
And this is a matter of taking care of your body. If you take care of your body will take care of you. That's an exercise and everything else. I also want to shout out all our homeboys. Your beard game is crazy. I've seen a lot of good beards. I'm like, okay, I see y'all. Y'all embracing the natural scruff, that urbanly rugged element. So, shout out to y'all for embracing the beards. I know some of y'all ain't gonna keep them, but you've had that experience now.
Keep them.
Keep them. Ladies, put it in the comments. Y'all like beards or beard faces? Fellas, how you feeling? You got a beard or beard face? What you doing? Let us know.
Keep your scruff. We like it.
Keep the scruff.
It's cute.
Keep the scruff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. Here's a mine. Okay. So, to Jess's point that she was saying about not feeling the pressure to be productive, I think it's interesting that in the quarantine time, the gift of quarantine for me has been being able to be actually super productive in a way that I felt like I wasn't able to be before the quarantine. I think that it's just not as many distractions, you know what I mean? And like, it's like before I had to work, like we were talking earlier about, my family and like, we're very close and we do a lot of stuff together. And so sometimes like my plan for the day was this, but then the plan is something else now. Like the other day, like I had a plan of something we were going to do to like talk about, the podcast and where we wanted to go. And my parents were like, nah, we got to go to your uncle's drive-by surprise party. I'm like, bruh, why does nobody tell me anything around here? And so it's always like, go, do this, do that. But I think that the quiet and sort of paring down of just not as much frantic energy in the world has been able to have me like center more on the things that I've always wanted to do, that for whatever reason, I would just get distracted by what else was going on in the world at the time. So, I mean, the podcast has come out of this, which has been super cool, productive time. My first short film is up for free. So go to nottodayrona.com and check it out. I'll put it in the description box. And so we just doing some cool things and like going through that whole process. I've been able to like connect with some of my business partners a little more and just like challenge myself in terms of building a momentum to actually starting things and finishing them and not just being like, well, I started it and then it kind of fizzled out and I kind of didn't finish it. So
this didn't happen. Now I got to go here. And
right.
Doing this. Now I got to run to this place. And now I got to run to that place. Yeah.
And it's actually things that I'm passionate about because I think that's actually the gift of the quarantine. In terms of all the things that we've been talking about, is like, you'll probably never have this much time again in your life to really sit and assess like what is important to you. Like, what do you want to do with your money? How do you feel about yourself and your beauty standards? Do you want to keep them or do you want to change them? Did you even have any to begin with? And what does that say about you? Like, what do you say, Vaughn?
You need to get some. Are you getting on Zoom looking like
craziness? That too is a reflection of you, and work-wise, most people are America. I just heard somebody say this with one of my favorite people in the world, T.I. I appreciate his get down. But they were saying, I think it was a financial person he was talking to, and he said, America is broken down between employees and business owners, and like, which one are you going to be? And so, just like federally in terms of how they do taxes, like that's what they look at. And so I think that a lot of people have never, we talk about entrepreneurship and like the hustle and the grind, like it sounds cute and cool, but some of y'all, since you haven't had to go to your job, but are like, you know what? I actually hate it there. And I didn't want to be there to begin with, but I kind of just settle for the money or the income. But again, all of that has been pulled out right from under you. And so it's a cool time to assess what your passions are. What are those dreams that you had when you were a kid, but somebody was like, that's not a real job. Go get you a real job. Like, you have time to sit with that and figure out what you want to do and what systems that you bought into, no matter where you are in the world, that's just a part of the economy that we have set up, or relationships that we have set up, or the way that we relate to each other and to ourselves that we have set up that are just unhealthy now because all that has been put on pause.
Yeah.
Indefinitely for now, but we'll see. Maybe things will slowly start to get back to some semblance of normal. But just to encourage you all to like take this time. So let us know in the comments. Are there things? Is this something you guys have been talking about on Zoom? Have you been journaling about this? Like, what are some of the things that you think, like, systems wise, like, or society told you that you had to do in the old world that now you got all this time and you want to explore and be a different kind of person? Who do you want to be? We want to hear about it. Ladies, anything else I want to add?
If you got skin questions, hit me up.
Hit her up.
Because I know it's easy to say, don't wear makeup, which when you have, healthy skin. But, I know about getting your skin healthy.
Look at all that natural glow. You see all that natural glow she got?
I'm on.
All I have on right now is, I don't have foundation on. I have on tinted moisturizer.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. A lot of people don't know about that tinted moisturizer.
I have on contour and concealer, but it's not.
The more you know.
That's going to be episode. Do's and don'ts of makeup.
Hey, that's actually a good one. Let us know in the comments if you want to see that. Hello? Yeah.
For real. Hit up Ivana. Like, you guys may think, like, you might go over to her page. She got too many people following her. She ain't going to answer me back. Hit her up.
Very personal.
If you are a homegirl or a homeboy of Intermission, she is going to get back to you guys. When she says, holla at me, I will help you with this, she means it. Like, I heard a story about her for someone that we all know who was moving from Ohio, needed to find a place in Los Angeles, somehow got connected with Ivana. Ivana went to go look for places for her.
Yep.
Helped her out to find her place. Like, she really, when she says something, she means it. So if you need some help in that area, or you just want to ask a couple questions about the face or how to get healthy or whatever, ask the girl. She's vegan-ish. So she has to tell you about that too. So ask, holla, hit her up in the DMs.
Vegan-ish. Yeah, that's what we're here for. If y'all have any questions, concerns, anything y'all want to talk to us about, your homegirls are here. So with that, we're signing off. We'll holla at you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
We'd love to hear from our homies, so feel free to email us at intermissionhg, as in homegirls, that's intermissionhg@gmail.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram at intermissionhg. Until next time, this has been A Break with Your Homegirls.